All right, so some of you have been wondering, how in the world do you find your queen? She's really hard to find. You know, I got a massive amount of bees running all over the place, and it's slowing me down trying to find her. Well, most of the time you don't really have to find her. You can just look for eggs. And if you see a good amount of eggs and a good pattern, then usually you could just move on. But one way to kind of speed up your inspections and make sure that you're queen right and all that stuff is to mark your queen. So there's a bunch of different ways to mark your queen. Since this is a course pretty much designed for new beekeepers, I'm going to show you the way that you can mark your queen without having to touch her. So I'm going to gently turn this frame over and see if you can spot the queen. Look very closely and take a moment to see if you can spot her before I point her out to you. See a queen anywhere? She's usually a lot bigger than everybody else. This is a beautiful queen. In this hive, I'm really happy with her. She's been doing really, really well, and I really like her pattern. So I'm going to try and keep her around for as long as possible. And one of the ways to keep track of her is going to be by marking her. Alright, so see this? This is a queen marking tube. It's super easy. It makes your job a lot faster, quicker, easier to mark your queen. All you're going to do is pretty much try and get her in here, and then using this stopper right behind you, right behind her, you sort of ease her up to the front, and then you put a little paint dot on her. So that's what we're going to do. So hopefully you can see what I've done here. I've just put her inside here. And I've got a couple stragglers, a couple other bees in there with her, but that's not a big deal because the screen at the top here is kind of, it's like a queen excluder. It allows the bees out, but doesn't allow the queen out. So all we've done is put her in here, and we're going to gently ease her into this little cup. Now here's the only kind of tricky part, and I'll show you a couple ways that I can cheat sometimes and get her out. But if you look right now, she's kind of crawling up the sides of the tube. That's perfect because she's making my job easier. I want her to get towards the top so I can kind of ease this little plunger right in behind her. See how I just did that? I just picked it right on up, and now she's right inside with a couple other bees. Everybody's happy. No one's been hurt. It's all, you know, very easy process pretty much. She's right in there. See how she can't really get out? All right, so I'm gonna put this down for a second and then get my equipment ready here. All right, so it's 2020. So I've gotten a little blue marking pen here. That's the color of that for the year that ends in 0. And I got my queen in here. Hey, guess what? Look at everybody interested in that queen. Everybody wants to be around that queen. She's a popular one. So I've put her in here off the frame. I'm gonna do a little paint dot on her back. But before I do this, I wanna shake up my paint pen really well. And I have my little queen marking box. And all I'm doing right now is making sure I get rid of the blobs, right? See all those blobs? I don't want to like completely cover her with ink. I just want a small little dot. No big deal, just an easy one. So I get rid of a lot of the globs before I'm gonna go drop a paint dot on her. So I get rid of all these other stragglers. All right. So all I do is kind of ease up on this little plunger, and hopefully the bees will start to, the worker bees will end up kind of trying to get out of there because they feel a little cramped. Now occasionally I get kind of tired of waiting. I'm like, all right, come on, let's get going here. I got things to do, I got yards to visit. So I will do a different way, different method of getting them out. See how they're all trying to get out right there? So see how they're all getting out there? Get out, go. All right, so now we've got one more to go. Come on out. The way to get rid of them. So if you're having a hard time getting rid of this queen, or if you're having a hard time getting rid of the worker, you can open up if you're feeling frisky. Open up the back and let the worker get out of there first. Just make sure your queen isn't nearby. Which I'll show you in just a second. This is definitely an art form. Another thing you can do is blow in there. Kind of get them all riled up a little bit, get them moving around better. See that? Hopefully you guys saw what I just did. I just got the worker bee out of there. Now, see, I can do this on camera. Now I'm just slowly bringing the queen towards us. I'm gonna try and not smush her, but I'm gonna try and wedge her for just a second, where I can get my paint pen right in that little square. All right. There you go. Got her. See that little paint pen dot right on the back? So now I just want to make sure that paint dries. So she's marked in there. She's not hurt at all. Everybody's happy. And I'm going to put her in my little box right here and keep her away from all the workers, because I don't really want workers in there with her, because guess what they're going to try and do? Clean her up, clean her off. So I'll just put her inside this box, my queen marking box, and I'll leave in there for, you know, maybe a minute or so. Not a long time. I don't want to cook her, but I'll leave her in there, let her dry off, and then I'm going to release her right into that hive. And as you can see, she's doing just fine. She's happy. And that blue little dot on her back has dried, so she's ready to go back in. So let's go on over here and release her. Releasing her is really simple. You basically take her and you just take the plunger off the back and set it right down here and watch her go in. If she gets shy, like she's afraid to go back in or whatever, I just can blow on her just a little bit, and my carbon dioxide will make her go away. But as you can see, she's almost been released to the bottom. She's gone in and been reunited with her family. That's it. Pretty simple enough, huh? All right. Have a great day.